You want some quick tips on how to get better at Apex Legends? Well, that's why we're here today. Underneath this is going to be some gameplay of a brand new game that I just played last night with the Bangalore, one of my favorite classes. And we'll get into Bangalore, we'll get into some classes, we'll get into some bigger, more high executed tip videos later on the channel. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff for Apex Legends or for Paladin, Smite, any of the other games that I cover on my channel, feel free to leave a subscribe, a like, and keep on watching this thing to support it. Now let's get into the tips, the things you need to know when you're starting out. The new player survival guide, as I like to call it, because you're going to get in here and you're going to say, wow, there's a lot going on. It's beautiful. I love the movement, but it is a lot to take in at first. So hopefully this will give you a little bit of an easier time navigating through your first 10 hours than I had. Let's talk about number one. Sometimes you're going to be losing. We all know that you're going to suck sometimes. And the key is to know that it's not necessarily you. Sometimes the matchup is the problem. So it's not you, it could be your legend. Different legends like the Bangalore and the Bloodhound have different passives, and the Bangalore who deploys smoke, which creates a mess, and the Bloodhound who can read tracks and read you behind walls, those two are not going to work out favorably if you're on the Bangalore side. The Bloodhound's going to be able to see through your smoke, the distraction won't be a thing. And so things like that are going to take effect, not only just your skill, but also the way these characters match up against one another. It's one of the cool pieces of depth, I think, to this game, but it's also one of the things you need to be a little careful about. I wouldn't say that it's impossible to overcome some of those matchup issues, but I would say be mindful, and if you are losing early, always know that, hey, it may not have been that I didn't hit that headshot. It could have just been that he saw me and I was using my only ability, which is to try to not be seen. Secondly, there are so many damn items. I know a lot of you get in and say, what the heck is the weapon to choose? Should I choose a shotgun? Should I choose the Mozambique shotgun, the Peacekeeper shotgun, the EVA 8 shotgun? What about the semi-auto? What about this heavy weapon? What about the energy ammo weapons? There are so many weapons in this game. And I will say this. To sum it up, although I will give you guys some more specific stuff, if you want to see me cover more specifically on which weapon, what they do, the value of them, let me know in the comment section below. But essentially, a shotgun and some type of medium to long range weapon is what you should go for. This is a freaking battle royale, guys. If you don't have a shotgun, someone runs up on you, they're going to one pump you and you're going to be like, this light machine gun is feeling a lot lighter now that I'm dead and it's out of my hands. You need a shotgun to be able to play this game, as most battle royales, but it doesn't mean you can't take a strategy, a tactic that, you know, encourages long-range fighting, and maybe you do go to snipers, but someone else has to have that close-range coverage. It's just the way it is. It's not really a crazy point, but I did want to mention that. So remember, run a shotgun, run something like a semi-auto weapon, maybe a long-range sniper if you're feeling frisky, and keep that as your rotation. As you start this game out, you'll find you have a much easier time taking fights. Third, use your abilities first. Think later. I know this is one of the biggest things that's gotten me killed, but how many times have I died? A lot. And how many times have you died? Probably a few times, where your ultimate and your abilities are still not on cooldown. You should use your ultimate and use your abilities because they are intended to literally make your fight easier. I can't imagine any ability in this game, whether it's a grapple, whether it's a, see behind walls, sniff some tracks, throw some smoke, get a heal bot behind you, all of the different passives that happen in this game when you use your abilities. I can't imagine any of that actually harming your fight. So it's better to use it and have that at least buy some time, maybe displace the enemy, maybe heal you up, maybe give you an advantage in terms of vision in the first shot, than to die trying to use it at the perfect time. There is no perfect time if you die. You do no damage while you're dead, so remember that and use your abilities actively. Also, your ultimate is something that feels like you need to keep it, for a perfect time. There's usually not a perfect time. Use it. There are a lot of things in the game like ultimate accelerants that actually allow you to charge ultimate up back faster, and you should get it a couple times a game, maybe even 3 if you have a few ultimate accelerants. It's really not that crazy of a resource. I wouldn't spend too much time trying to just not use your ult and have it for the perfect moment. Number 4 is the devil is in the details. This is the 4th thing I'd recommend you all to get excited about, learning the details of each weapon. Experiment, play a game with one weapon, then play a game with another weapon. Heck, try 2 different weapons when you're starting out. Get used to the recoil patterns, see what it's like to fire them, see what range they work optimally at, and then try some different attachments, see what they do. How much ammo do you get when you put an extended mag on a devotion versus when you put an extended mag on a triple take? What are the differences? You'll find out that once you start to know these things as second nature, as a part of your gameplay, you'll be able to make those fast, quick, value-oriented decisions that will save you time and not distract you from your fight and your goals in the match. Overall, like I said, there's so many different recoil patterns, so many different attachments, so many different guns, and so many different opportunities to utilize them in different situations that it's going to be a matter of just trial and error. So if you're losing but you're trying things out, know that you're ultimately gaining some valuable experience that's going to make you a better player in the long run. Lastly, of course, we're going to talk about our number 5 thing that's going to make you a better player for this new player survival guide, a quick tip, a video about how to improve in Apex Legends. And it's really just about taking learning as a process and not this kind of thing that happens overnight. Learning is really what this game is about. Learning matchups, learning mechanics, learning movement and the details of the attachments and what the extra items do. What are the passes for the legendary items? Where are the best places to land? All of these things are details that you just will not know until you try them out or do some research. I would suggest that in this process of learning them, you don't get down on yourself and you get excited. Heck, my first night of playing, it wasn't really that great. I didn't get my sensitivity right. I wasn't feeling very confident. I was a little tired. Everyone else was having a great time, but I was learning so much that I felt that overall I had a really valuable night. And hopefully that learning has been passed on to you. Again, I expect to make a more extensive video about this topic in the future and definitely cover some specific gameplays for each of the legends to give you guys an idea of what you want when you're trying to play them. If you want any other Apex Legends content, or if you want to see anything specifically from my channel, please let me know it with a comment below. If you like this video and watched till the end, thank you so much. And now, if you'd like to consider subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. It lets me know this video was a good video to make and I should make more like it. Of course, if you want to leave a like, that's up to you, but I would appreciate it if you did enjoy it. Dislike it if you think there's something I could do better in the next one. And as always, my friends, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.